My bar mitzvah parasha. Okay. I knew you guys would like that. So.
Mazel tov on your bar mitzvah.
Okay, like 40 years ago, but it's fine. All right, so let's do. We're gonna do. Hold on. Open up to Naso. Hold on.
Naso.
Let's start with Zayin. We're gonna bounce around a little. Oh no, I want to go to Vav. Go to Vav. Naso Vav. Here. Anybody? I have one art scroll, but I need this back. Who wants it? Anybody? Yeah, pass it over to him. I need that back. Oh, it's my last one. I gave away all my others. All right. So.
Where is it here?
Vav. Vav. Kov Sadi Dalid. Where's my pencil? Kov Sadi Dalid. Yeah. Anyone see a pencil lying around?
You got a pen here?
No. Okay. Okay. So now we know what's this. This week's parasha talks about a lot of different stuff. One of them is Nazir. What is a Nazir? Anyone know what a Nazir is? Good. A Nazir is someone that takes a 30-day, a minimum of 30-day neder, no cutting his hair, no drinking wine.
And no tumas mace.
And no tumat met. Yes, that was the V. Correct. Very good. That was the V. So now, actually, from what we know, the first Nazir that we had was Shimshon. So now Zera Shimshon brings a derasha on Shimshon HaNazir.
Wow. Is
okay?
The connection?
Sure, it's a connection.
Was he a Nazir?
But
he was a Nazir. He was sent down as a taken. Like he was. So let's see. Vayavo malach Elohim od el haisha, vahi yoshev basadeh umanoach isha en ima. Okay. Shmo. Amen. So the Malach Elohim comes to to his wife Eshet Manoach for a second time, okay, and Manoach is not found. Kasher mipenem ma pam ach b'pam hashenit halach el haisha. Right, the Manoach is the one that prayed that the Malach comes and talks to his wife, tells her that you're not going to have that you're going to have a son. He's going to be a Nazir. So he tells him, be careful on what you're doing. Make sure that you don't drink wine, and make sure you stay tahor. Don't eat anything tameh. Throughout the pregnancy. Correct. Throughout the pregnancy. Now, the Manoach asked Yeshua. Manoach asked that prayed that the Malach should come again, because he wanted to hear it. He wanted to see it. He wanted to confirm, trust but verify. But the second time that the Malach comes, he doesn't come to Manoach. He comes again to the wife. So why would he come on the second time? Come back to the wife. Come to the husband. He's the reason why he's the one that called him. She already heard what to do. And what the Malach should have done was to go to the husband, because Manoach needs to know what to do. And of Mikol Shekin, that the koach of his tefillah is the one that got him there in the first place. You understand? So the Malach comes to Manoach's wife. Manoach, not Noach. Manoach.
Noach was the father of Shimshon.
You know her name?
Her name, yes, according to the Gemara, it's what's her name again?
It's not in here.
It's not in here?
No.
Shimshon's
I'm honored. Everyone's saying up. Woo! You don't like that, do you, huh? Yeah.
Shimshon's mother, right? You don't know
Shimshon's mother's name? I don't know. You're the tour guide. Yossi.
It's in the
It's
Gemara.
amazing. It just came up. The Torah doesn't say it. The Torah doesn't say it explicitly. However, the Midrash does, and it.
See what $800 an hour gets you. Yeah.
It's something with a top.
No. So Rachel is like maybe possibly one name when we look this up,
No,
and then
not.
a very strange sounding name.
Yeah.
Manoach is the dad.
Oh,
Right, we
in
know
the
that.
art scroll
Manoach
it
is the
mentions
dad. The
it.
mom's
Oh yeah. Reuben has that
mom's
scroll.
name is.
It mentions, it's in the art scroll, is the wife's,
It's a name we never heard before.
it's like,
Okay. So fine. So again, we're talking about Shimshon. The wife prays.
Yeah,
Get the
Silaphonis.
huh?
Silaphonis.
Silaphonis. All right. I have a study in there.
Silaphonis.
Right. It's not French. It's Israel. So now again, boys, listen.
Yeah.
Hello, get a chair for Yossi, my friend, my good friend. Be my friend for a day. I'm looking for a friend. So again, so Manoach's wife asks for the malach. Malach comes, gives her the good news. Now Manoach prays that the malach should come again to hear it again. And what is the malach comes again? But who does he go to? He goes to the wife again. He doesn't go to him. Why did he go to the wife? He should have gone to Manoach himself because he prayed for it. He wanted to hear. We already know that she knows what to do because he came to her first. The malach came to Manoach's wife first. So if the malach came to Manoach's wife and Manoach is praying to meet the malach so he could know what's going on, why did he go to the wife? He should go to Manoach. He asked for it.
Why did who go?
The malach. Who is the malach? The angel comes, talks to the wife, tells the wife, make sure you don't eat. Manoach, the husband, prays that the angel should come back again. The angel does come back again, but goes to the wife again. Why? That's exactly why. Should go to the husband who asked for you to come because he didn't hear from you.
Go to the wife and ask him what he said.
So hold on, let's see. So it says Yakud Shimoni umareu kemare malach Elohim. Oh wow! Umareu kemare malach Elohim. Uzvura bo shehu navi. So what happens? So Manoach meets him and he looks like a navi. He looks like a person, right? And he assumed that he was a navi and not a malach. Hakadosh Baruch Hu ratza, and Hakadosh Baruch Hu wanted that Manoach should think that this malach is the navi. Why? In order for him to, this is the Yakut, this is the Midrash. The Midrash says that Manoach sees the malach. When he sees the malach, he realizes, Moshe, you with me?
Yes, sir.
Focus. You got to get it while it's hot. Manoach, the malach goes to Manoach, or whatever. Manoach goes to the malach, and the Midrash says that the angel looked like a navi. Why did the angel look like a navi? Because Hashem wanted Manoach to offer the navi, quote unquote, something to eat. Something to eat.
Otherwise,
He wanted him to fulfill the mitzvah of Hachnasat Orchim. Correct. Ve'im haya holech etzel haba'al shema yachshov oto lemalach. And if he would have came to him first, to Manoach first, then he would have known that he's a malach, an angel. So therefore, he went to her and acted like a navi. If he would have appeared and not like knock on the door, if he would have appeared, then okay, pashut, he's the malach. But now that he appears to the wife in the sadeh a second time as a malach, but I'm sorry, he looks like a navi. But they're just assuming that he's just coming in the middle of a conversation. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wife, angel, Manoach. Okay. Wife is in the sadeh. Manoach prays for the malach to come again. The malach comes, but goes to the wife.
And looks like a
navi. Manoach goes okay, comes over to Manoach to his wife, or she calls him actually, and they go and he sees this man figure, and he assumes that he is a navi. The Midrash says why? Because Hashem set him up in order to ask him if he wants to eat to fulfill the mitzvah of Hachnasat Orchim. These are the words of the Midrash.
Well, if he was so righteous that he would have recognized, why didn't he go to the husband first?
Because the malach.
First time. Why did you hear her?
We're going to get to that. What does it say? It says in the Gemara in Berachot, Vayakom vayelech Manoach acharei ishto. What does that mean, acharei ishto? That he went after his wife. He went after her words and her advice. Ahad devareha ve'ahad atzata. Sorry. Bekashe demai devareha umai atzata ikahacha. What are these words and what is the advice that the wife is giving him? It's not the woman's, it wasn't the wife's idea, it was the angel's instructions of what to do. So why does the Pasuk say that Manoach followed what his wife said? It's not what he did, it's what the Malach said for them to do, and he did it. Why does the Pasuk give the credit to Manoach's wife? This is all the Gemara. What it means, he went after her word. לנביא כמו שחשבה היא והרצתה להזמין אותו לצעוד עמהם. Alright, Art Scroll help. What does this mean? אלא ודאי רצו לומר, when it says ahad devareh, he wanted to think that this person was a navi, not a malach.
They wanted to consider him to be a navi.
Right.
Like she thought. She was always thinking.
She always thought he was the navi. She always
She had
thought.
no idea he was going to be a malach. she always thought he was a Navi.
So if Manoach saw, he would have known it was a malach.
Right.
If it would have appeared to him the first time.
Correct.
But since it appeared to Manoach's wife first, okay, so she assumed that he was a Navi. She tells Manoach, and she tells Manoach he's a Navi. So that's why Manoach assumes that he's a Navi, not a malach.
How do we know? How is it an angel?
Huh?
How do we know it's an angel?
Well, when you see an angel and you see a man, you'll know the difference. But
I don't know.
so ditto.
How do they know? How do you know? This question, how do they know?
Manoach was a Sadiq.
Yeah, but Abraham didn't
I
know
don't-
that they were angels.
So they disguised as men.
Right.
They disguised as men. So how? So if Manoach would
Why
have.
not here too?
That's a
There
good
was,
question.
exactly right. There
That's
was.
the point.
There was.
No, but he's saying, why wouldn't he assume? If Abraham assumed they were men, why would it?
He did
Manoach
assume-
assumed.
She did assume it
But the
was a man.
Gemara is the Manoach. The Midrash is saying, why did he go to him and not her? Right? Hold on. No. So the Midrash explains that he wanted Manoach to assume he was a Navi and not a Malach. Why? Because he wanted him to give Haknasat Ruchim. Then the Gemara Berachot says that he went after her and after her advice. And the question is, what words are you talking about? Everything was done by the Malach. And he answers, the Gemara says, Ahar devareha lachshov oto lenavi, to assume that this person was a Navi, like she thought. V'ahar atzata le'azmin oto l'sod imahen. And after her advice, because she said, she would say, invite him in. But where's the what's it called? Where's the break point? Where's the loss of words here? What's the problem? Is there a problem? There's no problem. Is there a problem?
He's saying is why did he think, Yaakov, you're saying is why did he think he was a malach and she thought it was a Navi?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Unless the Malach revealed himself or herself, whatever, to him as the Malach.
כי סברה שהוא נביא ואינו אלא מלאך. הקדוש ברוך הוא רצה.
How would he know it's an angel?
Well, we're going to get there. We're going to get there. You're going to see. By the way, you're going to see.
The Malach had to reveal himself as a Malach to Manoah.
No, he didn't. Only after.
Yeah.
Which we're going to get to. Only after. We're going to get to that. Yeah.
If you invite him to the Resodimam,
Because what?
it's not a malach. You can invite the malach to Suda.
We're going to get there. He said, I'm not eating your bread. The Malach says, I'm not going to eat your bread. No matter what, even if you hold me, I'm not going to eat your bread. So let's see what it says. So far we have two things. Let's review. We bring the fact that it says, Vaybo Malach Elim Od El Haisha Vehu Yoshev Basadeh Manoach Isha Enima. Right? We understand. Eshet Manoach is in the field. Manoach is in the house. The Malach comes from Shamayim straight to the field where the wife is. Right? The question is, why did the Malach go to her, and not him? What?
Why doesn't he go to Manoah?
That's our question. Okay, but especially since the wife already knows what's going on, and the second thing, because he's the one that prayed for it. Imagine I pray for something and Yaakov gets it. All right, very nice for Yaakov, but like you missed the ball. Like I'm over here. Like, so we bring the Yakut Shimoni explains that Hashem wanted Manoach to know or assume that this Malach, is a Navi and not a Malach. Why? In order to set him up, so you would invite him over to eat. That's the Midrash. The Gemara in Berachot says that Vayakom vayelech Manoach ahare ishto. He went after his wife. What does that mean, after his wife? It went after what she said and after her advice. The question is, what words and what advice are you talking about? Everything that was done was through the Malach. So to go after what she said, because she said that he's a Navi. So he believed her to say, oh, he went according to what she said. He's the Navi. Okay, great, he's the Navi. And what was the etzah that she had? To bring him into the house to offer him something to eat, because he's a Navi. You understand? He assumed everything that she said, he assumed was right. She said that the Malach was a Navi, so Manoach assumed he's a Navi.
Smart man.
Small man, usually. Right?
There's one.
And the second is that he followed her advice. What's the advice? To bring him in to offer something to eat. Okay, that's the two things we have: the Midrash and we have the Gemara Berachot. Umitam ze katav abahyeh in Parshat Ki Tetzeh sheyetz. Well, listen to this. You have certain mitzvot that give you certain sachar, such as shiluach hakan is the right way to say it, and kivud avayim is arichut yamim. Leman yirbu yimechem v'mei berachem al adama. You have mitzvah a mitzvah to have sechara is banim, to have children. Hachnasat orchim.
Oh, say that again. What?
The Rabbeinu Bachya writes in Kitet said that there's certain mitzvot are segulat to get certain sachar.
Okay.
Some of them are such as kivud aveim to get long life, and shluch hakan to get long life, and to have children is hachnasat orchim. Not bikoholim, we're saying over here hachnasat orchim. Maybe bikoholim something else. So now he says umishum hachi he natna lo etza leazmin oto leechol imayim. He gave him the advice. She gave him the advice to invite him in to eat with them in order to get the zechut to have a child because of the zechut of Haknasat Orchim. You understand?
She was already pregnant.
Huh?
She was already pregnant with Shimshon. wasn't
Not yet. No, sir, not yet. Actually, you're going to see something very interesting, something crazy later. Something crazy. That I'll tell you in a second. I don't want to ruin it because
she? Yeah.
because I got to build up. If I don't build up, people look at their phones. So we know that the certain mitzvot get certain things. Manoach's wife tells Manoach, invite him over so we could be zochet to get the Haknasat Orchim. Maybe we'll get a son out of it. And that's the reason why she did it. Okay? The Av HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted the same thing. The Machshava Tova, HaKadosh Baruch Hu mitztarafa the Maaseh, like it says in Kiddushin. The Gemara in Kiddushin says that I want to go to shul, but if I fall asleep, not if I go to sleep and not if I lie down, if I fall asleep or something happens I can't go, but I genuinely wanted to go, I get the credit for going. Doesn't mean you could base your 5-year plan on wanting to do stuff and not doing it. But this is all, bedi avad, if it happened already. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
That's any mitzvah.
That's any mitzvah, that's right. So even though they didn't, remember, the malach didn't eat. Yaakov, the malach, did not eat, but she wanted to eat. But
he was hungry.
He was not hungry. But since they wanted to do it, right, Hashem gives them the credit as if they did it. And now, why? Now here we go. Why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu not want Manoach to know he's a malach? What's the big deal? Why does he have to make it like he's a Navi? What's the difference? Listen to this. Because if he was a malach, we have a halakha. You should write this down. I'll tell you two things. One is if Hashem ever calls you out, you always say Hineni. You learn from Abraham and you learn from Yaakov.
What?
Hineni.
I'm ready.
I'm here.
What?
If Hashem ever calls you out, all the Nevi'im, you always see. Hineni means I'm here.
Then Hashem said to Noah.
They all say Hineni. I'm telling you what to do. It's okay, right? Whenever you hear your name being called, you say Hineni. Okay. First thing. Second thing. If there's a malach next to you, it is asur to give a korban with the malach. And it's similar to the halakha. You're not allowed to shecht an animal next to a river or an ocean. Why? Because you're looking like you're giving a korban to the ocean. And it's asur to do that. 100%. You're not allowed to have a mizbeach next to a body of water. Because if you do, it looks like you're sacrificing to the body of water.
Can't have mizbeach anyway.
But in those times you can.
Yeah, that's right. And they worship the Noah, the river. That's a Pharaoh.
That was the god, the river.
There's a special thing about the body.
Nile.
If you have a mizbeach near to a stone or a tree, or
A tree, I think you're allowed to have it next to a tree. Over here specifically, Gemara Cholin says, "En shohatin letoch mayim uneharot mishum shenireh sheshochet lesaro shel hayam." That it looks like you're shechting to the malach of the water. So, hello, it's like clocking in for work and going to take your lunch break. You've done that, you said? That's terrible. So again, now the question is why? Why am I wrong?
It should never happen to a guy.
But it happens all the time.
I was working during lunch.
The reason why, remember, we want to know why HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't want a Manoach to know that he's a malach is because if he knows he's a malach, he cannot offer a korban.
He can't do half the things he wanted to do. He can't do Achnasa.
Right, he couldn't do Haknasat Orchim, very good, and he couldn't get the Sakkal for it, and he obviously couldn't do right. Now, when Manoach assumed that this malach was the Navi, אף אם הייתה כוונתו שמן ונעשה לפניך גדר עזים להעלות עליו עולה לפניו בזה אין שום חשד שהיינו אומרים שהיה רוצה Okay, this is amazing. If Manoach assumed he was the Navi, how do we know that he was the Navi? How do we know that Manoach assumed that this guy was the Navi? Because he
He's giving
Because,
nevuas.
more than that. I'll give you another one.
Because he didn't have.
He didn't bring a fire with him. He didn't bring a fire with him. He assumed that the Navi is going to bring the fire from Shamayim.
Yeah. And it happened. It worked.
Of course, yeah. And that's how the Malach split, by the way. He jumped into the fire, went up, and everybody went crazy. So you understand? You are. If your father's not here, you what? You're in the clouds.
What do you mean you bring a fire? Malach comes with a fire?
No, a Navi is a man that could do miracles. That's a Navi. So Manoach assumes that this person is a Navi based on his wife saying that this person is Navi, not a Malach. So he went Ahare Devareha. Right? What she said, he said, okay, Navi. Now they want to go give a Korban, and they're going to go give a Korban to Hashem, which is great, but if he knew that he was a Malach, he cannot give the Korban to Hashem, which is not good, and he wants to give the Korban, he needs the Sakkal. And at the same time, he tells him he doesn't bring a fire with him. Why does he not bring a fire? Because he's assuming the Navi brought it. Like, bring your own meat. You understand? The Navi has the power to do that. In the Mizbeach, it happened every day in the Beit HaMikdash. Every day, one of the 10 miracles that happened in the Beit HaMikdash every day was the fire for the Korban HaTamid came down from Shamayim.
Wow.
Every day.
Amar Aish, it says.
When you get to the Navi, bring the fire. I don't
The incense
Yeah.
also.
The Navi
Why
doesn't
not?
bring the fire, he makes the fire happen. He's not bringing the fire. He's not
By the way,
How did
Eliyahu
that-
Navi,
Yeah,
Hara
He's the
Kamel.
only one.
He's not the only one.
Who else made a fire out of?
Eliyahu Hanavi.
I said who else?
The one that knows just walked out, so I can't help you. He's the tour guide. He knows these things. No, for sure. Well, look, it's for sure. It's for sure. I'll get back to you. ולא היה יכול להקריב, וזה הקורבן היה מוכרח לעשות לפני מלאך, כדי שיוציא האש מהצור. שהרי מנוח לא הביא אש כלל, מנוח didn't bring fire at all. ושמח על הנביל שיוריד האש מן השמיים, כמו שעשה, כמו שכתבו המפרשים. So if you look down, maybe the מפרשים will tell you, but it's a Navi can do these things. It's not uncommon. By the way, it's not to mention about Nevi'im, but we have rabbis of our time that could do such things. I don't know about fire, but by the way, Zera Shimshon himself, he lived next door to the shul. And Zera Shimshon was a very big mekubal, and he was mekubal ma'asit, which is not something that people play with. Shemot and able to, what's it called? That's heavy duty stuff. It's out of our pay grade. And he extinguished the fire using Shemot. Zera Shimshon.
What do you mean, which fire?
There was a fire in the shul. I'm sorry, there was a fire in the shul next door, and the fire was spreading. And he sat down. It says he sat down. He said Shemot, and he extinguished the fire using Shemot of Hashem. Yeah, Zera Shimshon. So if he could do it, the Navim for sure could do it.
I think the fundamental Navi is Moshe, and when he was Madlik, the Mishkan, he brought the fire, and he's the paradigm. Eliyahu also did. And when he said, the Mefarshim say, the Navi can bring fire, he's maskir the tzur.
Yeah, the tzur.
That Moshe was also able to talk, water came from the tzur, Shamayim
Right.
came from the Shamayim. So I think
Right.
it's Navim are
But they're connected. They get it for sure, 100%. Okay, so you understand. So far, again, let's review. We asked the question: first of all, why are we even talking about this now? We're talking about it because the Parshat talks about Nazir, and we're talking about the first Nazir. What happened with the mother and the father of the first Nazir, and how he was born. So the question is that why did the Malach came to them 2 times? One to the wife, and the second time to the wife. But before the second time, the Malach only came because Manoah prayed for it. So why did he go? Why did he go to the wife and not to Manoah himself? So we bring a midrash explaining that Hashem Davka wanted Manoah to think he's a Navi and not a Malach. Why? Huh?
Why didn't he just go to his wife?
Who's he?
No.
The wife's in the field. He was at home. What do you mean?
How do you know that?
Manoach's wife went to get him. Went to get him the second time.
No, he asked him, why didn't he go the first time to Manoah? Why his wife? That's what you're asking.
So we're going to get to that in a minute. We're going to get to that in a minute. It's the same reason. It's the same reason why Hashem gave the Torah. What happened when Hashem gave the commandment to don't eat Etz Hadat to Adam? Hava sin and caused him to sin. When Hashem gave the Torah to Bnei Yisrael, He says, "I'm not going to make the same mistake twice." Kiviyachol. He commands the women first. If you look at the Pesukim, He commands the women first.
V'omer Beis Yaakov.
Yeah.
V'yegid leYisrael.
Right. So Beit Yaakov. What's the second part? V'yagid Yisrael or something?
Yisrael's men.
Right. So what's the whole purpose? To say what? That if the women know something, they'll make sure it gets done. That you can't sway them. But if we tell them, it's a whole different story. But if God comes to her and tells her this is what it is, she will heaven high in water. You know what I mean? She'll get it done. Right or wrong? So that's the reason why. Yosef, you asked me a question.
Can I go upstairs and ask your wife?
No. Definitely not. Who says I practice what I preach? No. God forbid. Okay, so then we bring. No way. I wanted to sit next to me. Jerry, you sit next to me.
Why is your door unlocked? Do you trust everybody?
We generally look around you. We let anybody in. Wow, what a pleasure.
Where's the booze?
Guys, set him up. Hook him up. Get him a cup of scotch. And by the way, go up, see if you get. All right, we'll do it in a minute. There's the child upstairs warming up. Just set up. Don't ask questions. Sit down and we feed you.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we asked the question about Manoach. Manoach, right, was the father Shimshon. Shimshon's wife, right, got, if you squeeze the bottle like this, you get a little bit more out of it.
40 drops.
40 drops? Wow, that's a new one.
Her mom.
Mom, sorry. Manoach's wife, right, gets the malach. Now, right, Esha Manoach. Then Manoach comes and prays, and then asks, and then the malach comes again and goes where? Goes to Esha Manoach again. Why does he not go to Manoach himself? Okay, especially since Esha Manoach already knows what to do. She doesn't have to hear it twice. And we brought a midrash explaining that Hashem wanted Manoach to assume the malach was a navi and not a malach. Wanted to assume that this malach was the navi. Why? Because if he's the navi, he's going to offer him to come in and to eat and to break bread with him. Why? To be zocheh, the mitzvah of haknasat orchim. Like we explained, if you want to have children, it's a good segula. Like we said, kaved davira ve'timecha is one way to have long life. Shiluach hakan is another way to have long life. Tzedakah, to be rich. Okay? Haknasat. Huh? Aser b'shvil, right. Aser te'aser.
May I ask a question?
Yes.
So Manoah prayed to Hashem to have a child, right? So if he already prayed to Hashem and the Nabi Malach shows up as a Malach, he knows that his prayers have been answered.
Not true.
Why?
You don't know. You don't know what he's saying.
You don't know what he's about to say. He might say...
He might be talking about something totally different.
He might say...
Okay, well sometimes the answer is no. I mean,
So then the answer to your own question is you don't know. You don't know till you know.
okay, but if
So then he comes-
shows up as a Malach, he's there with an answer.
It's
Why
not,
would-
by the way, if a malach came to you or a navi came to you and told you all these things that God told you to do, I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make. You're going to end up doing it. But Davkat had to be a malach over a navi. And we're going to see why. But right now, the first step is to understand why does the Manoach, doesn't matter if he's a navi or if he's a malach. Huh?
Malach incognito.
It's a malach, yeah, sure. He's dressed up as a man.
Right.
As a man. Why? Because Hashem wanted him to be zocheh the mitzvah of haknasat orchim. If he doesn't do haknasat orchim, right, even though he didn't do it, he still gets the credit for it. Like we said in Kiddushin, that machshava tova counts as a maaseh. Right. And the reason why we didn't, and then we jumped down and we said, that
You had to do a korban.
he had to give the korban, right? And that's another reason why, because if Manoach assumed that he was a malach, he could not give a korban to Hashem. Because why? The halakha is put on vibrate. The halakha is you cannot give a korban. Vibrate. You don't have a vibrate button?
It's a new phone. It's all messed up.
It's on the side. in the corner.
Okay.
Just
They-
pull the pin down.
V'kol sheken ledat hachmei hamet. Okay, now here's something crazy. You walked in on a very crazy time. Shar Gilgulim.
I think that'll work.
Okay, the Arizal. Who was Shimshon? Was the Gilgul of Nadav.
Oh, wow.
Nadav ve'avihu. Okay, he was the Gilgul of Nadav. Why?
Who was Shimshon?
Esh Zara. Very good. Very good, Dov.
Yeah.
Very good. Esh Zara.
He's been sharp in the shop.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, give me a
We had a
minute.
share Shabbat. He was like giving over Zera Shimshon before we even got there.
Awesome.
What was it again?
Who? Nadav and Avihu were two of Aaron's sons that died on the day that they inaugurated the Mishkan because they brought in a foreign fire, and the fire went in from Kodesh Kodashim inside their body and burnt them inside. Okay?
It was both of them.
Was it
Both of them.
So why is it Nadav and not?
I'm telling you, Shimshon, you could only have it itzotz of one guy. You can't have two. I'm saying Shimshon. You can't. Well, Shimshon had of Nadav. Look, Arizal, talk to him. I don't know. Shimshon is the Gilgul, is the reincarnation of Nadav. Right? How do we know? You have a hint. What is it? How do you say Nadav backwards? Bedan. Where is Shimshon from?
Dan.
Shevet
He's
Dan.
buried there.
Right.
And Manoach as well.
Right. Zeh Shimshon shebedan otiot Nadav and Nadav ve'avihu hatu. How did they sin? They brought an Esh Zara. Right. And what did Manoach do? His father do? He brought an Esh Kodesh. And what does it say in the Midrash? I think somebody clocked it already. That the second the Malach came, the seed of Manoach that was already inside of it. Because remember, the last 3 days, incepted into right. What's it called? What do you call it? Inseminated into the thing. The second the Malach came.
Wow.
Why? Because he was already, because you understand? The Malach comes to give him the news and give instructions, what to do, what not to do, because your son's going to be a Nazir.
But that only works if she was already on the way to being pregnant.
Well, if you have the stuff in you, it's in you.
No, that's what I'm
You
saying.
have 3 days, that's what I said. You got 3 days at last. Okay? So look, shebeoto harega sheba la hamalach, that the second the Malach came to her, niklat hazera shaya la berachma. Okay, so it took hold. The Zera took hold of what was already inside of her. Nidgalgel hadavar letakena kilkul shel Nadav.
Yeah, he's having children. He's got a wife.
He doesn't have a child.
He doesn't have children.
That's the
Right.
chicken of Nadav.
Lehakriv ola belo esh hediot, to give a korban without a foreign fire. Ela be'esh min hashamayim davka. Specifically from it is because he's a kid now. He's
No, I'm saying because Nadav and Avihu didn't have children and they weren't married. Right? We said that they didn't have children.
and Shimshon got married. Shimshon didn't have kids though.
No, I'm saying, but Esha Manoach didn't have children. Manoach
Yes,
didn't have
yes.
children.
And
All
his
the time.
son became a Nazir who didn't drink wine, which is also tikkun.
Right. So it's all intertwined. It's unbelievable. How Shal Gilgulim comes in out of nowhere and tells you that Shimshon was the Gilgul of Nadav, and he gives you a little hint by the word Bedan that he's from Shevet Dan. And what's the purpose? Because how did he die? Nadav Avihu, how did they die? Esh Zara. What did Shimshon's father do? Your father missed out on this one. And what did he do? He brought an Esh Kodesh from Shamayim Davka. It's exactly what it says in the Midrash. If you did bad with your hands, do good with your hands. You have what's it called? Havalim shel averot. Havalim?
Chabalim, yeah.
No.
Havilot.
Havilot, thank you. Havilot shel averot. Make havilot shel mitzvot. Meaning, if you looked at if you did your eyes, your bundles. If you did bad with your eyes, when you were younger, now you want to fix what you did with your eyes. Use your eyes to put your tefillin straight in between your eyes. Okay, and the Midrash goes in detail, by the way. It gives maybe 10, 12 different examples of what to do. You did bad with your legs, do good with your legs. You did bad with your hands, do good with your hands. And it says what to do. To do what? To be metaken, everything that you were mekakir with. Body part by body part.
What a shit.
And now you understand the pasuk where it talks about Manoah tells him, "Come eat by us." Right? We say, "Faddal, come eat." And what does he say? Im ta'sereni, even if you hold me, lo ochal belachmecha. I'm not going to eat your food. Ve'im ta'aseh olah, and if you're going to make an olah, la Hashem ta'alena, make it for Hashem. Okay, so he says two things. One is the Malach is telling Manoach, if you're going to make, because he tells you come over, he goes, I can't come over. He's pressing him, and he tells him no. And even if you try to hold me to stay, I ain't eating your food. And not only that, if you're going to give it olah, give it to Hashem, don't give it to me. These are two things. The first question is, how could you think that a Manoach would give an olah to anybody but HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Why is the Malach trying to put a pat on his back? No, don't give it to me. If you're going to give it to anybody, give it to God. Why? Why do you need to hint him? Why do you need to hint him? What makes you think?
It goes back to the thing, because he thought that he was a Navi.
Right. In other words, he's trying to tell him,
I'm not the Navi you're
I'm not
trying to sacrifice.
Exactly.
Let's see.
Okay.
No, it's a little different. Let's see. All good stuff. All good answers. So that's the first. The second question is, why do you have to say? So the first one is. First question was, what makes you think that Manoach would want to give a korban olah to anybody other than Hashem? Right? That you have to say, Im ta'aseh olah, and if you do an olah, right, give it to Hashem. So you have a Midrash Yakut Shimoni in Melachim. It says regarding Elisha, Ish Elohim Kadoshu Over Alenu Tamid. Because we're talking about, what's her name? Yeah, who she stay by? Who did he stay by? Shunamit. Right? Oh, right. And what does the Midrash say? Anybody that's Amarei Tamid Acham betoch beto, anybody that brings in a Tamid Acham in their house and feeds them and gives them drink, it's ki'ilu, he gave a korban tamid in the Beit Hamikdash. That's the Haklasat. Well, Haklasat Orchim is more for the children. This is an extra one. This is if you do Haklasat Orchim to anybody. Right. If you do to a Tamid Acham and you bring him in and you feed him and you give him drink, it's Hashem's going to make it as if you gave a korban tamid in the Beit Hamikdash.
So that's another pshat on why he had to appear like a novi, because he had to enable them to do Haklasat Orchim. Same with Avram Avinu with the Sholosh Malachim. He had to give them like he's most a nefesh from the mitzvah of Haklasat Orchim. And that gives a schus, so then give him schusim to be able to get the bracha.
Right.
Zera.
Right. Okay.
It's to help for our sake.
It's always for our sake. Everything's for our sake.
Yeah.
The aniyim, it says the aniyim come around to save your life. The aniyim that come asking for money, they're not coming for them. They're coming to save your life. And actually, I was in the city once in Manhattan, so whenever I worked for people before I had my own business, and they would, and I was always the guy that took the rabbis around. Okay, I was always the guy that they took me. Charles, go take the rabbi from here to there. So I took one rabbi in the city, a big rabbi, okay, from Israel, and he's walking, and it's in the summer, in the middle of summer, and in the summer is the summer, okay, and then Manhattan is Manhattan, it's a disaster. And the rabbi's walking down with his head down, and he's walking speedy. It's like very cool. Okay, and I'm following and I'm walking, and I say, Rabbi, I'm sorry that you have to do this, you have to walk around. So he laughed, he goes, you think we do this for us? We do this for you. He just off the cuff like that. Why? Because the tzedakah that we give saves our lives. It's not for the rabbis, it's not for the kollel. No, they're going to get the money either way. They're going to get the money either way. You want to be zocher to get something? Then you'll be zocher to get it. If you're not going to be zocher, then tough on you. You got to grab it. That's what it says in the Gemara. I think it's in the Gemara. If a person should give tzedakah if he thinks, if he's not doing well in business, he should give tzedakah. Kal v'chomer if he's doing good in business. Kal v'chomer if he's doing good in business. We don't operate the way the world operates, and unfortunately, we all grew up that way. We all grew up with that mentality. You go to school, get a degree, you work hard. Okay, great. I know plenty of people that don't work hard and make a lot of money, and a lot of people that do work hard, and God forbid, they don't make a lot of money. How could it be? Hashem is the one that controls. There's no mazal in Bnei Yisrael. Hashem is the one that controls the mazal. So it's not like you operate that, So that means you have to operate with the laws that we operate with. Which means what? Which means give tzedakah. Hashem says, you want to become rich? Aser b'shvil tit'asher. You want to become rich? Give tzedakah. Give 10% of your money. That works. And it's the only thing you're allowed to test Hashem in. So Asher lost my address. Okay, let's continue.
He's loyal.
So it says in the Midrash again. So now it says anybody that brings in a Talmid Acham, who feeds him and gives him food and drink, it's as if he gave a korban tamid. Right? The Malach is telling Manoach, if you're going to make food in front of me in order to give it as a korban, why? Because you think I'm a Navi. You think I'm a Navi. You want to give me food in order that I should assume that in order for you to get the zechut as if it's a korban tamid. So it says even if you force me, I'm not going to eat it, right? Because you want me to eat in order to that you think you're going to get the zechut of a korban tamid because I'm a navi. Navi's tamid acham. So in tirseh zechut, and if you want the zechut, go give the olah for real. Olah, by the way, is money. How much is a cow, Jerry? A full cow, a couple of $1,000, I think.
Yeah.
600 kilos.
And all goes to
how much?
Hashem. A kol Hashem.
How much?
Charles, I think the distinction is
Average,
between
I would say 7 to 7.
shlamim or something where the kohen could benefit from, and the olah that's
Go all right, all up to Hashem.
right. So I'm saying to him, you need to do more than something.
If you want to do it because you want the zechut of me, if you want the zechut of me, that's a new one. If you want the zechut of the tamid by feeding me and giving me haknasat duchim, don't bother. I'm not going to eat. But if you want the zechut, do a real korban.
That's don't benefit from it all.
He's not saying that it's not an issue of benefit or don't benefit. He's just telling you do the korban. V'im tirseh zechut taseh mamash olah. Answer, it's okay. It's okay. Answer, it's okay.
Not bad, not bad.
תעשה ממש עולה ותעלנה להשם כתיקונה, שאז יהיה לך שכר טוב. Then you're going to have real שכר. Excuse me. Now, you know, Jeff, when we listen to Rabbi Mansour, we get that also sometimes, no? And the rabbi's got some witty remarks, no? So we got to write those down for when it happens to me. I love you. However, what the end of the pasuk. So the first reason why does he want to eat is clear. Why does he want to eat? Because he tells if you want, because Hashem, if you want to do it for the zechut of getting the korban tamid, just do it. Relax. Just do the korban tamid. Just give the korban tamid stam now. Do it regular. But the last pasuk doesn't make sense. And we're going to take a break after this. The end of the pasuk is shetam. And by the way, the children's upstairs, but I don't know why she didn't bring it down.
When you're done, I'm going.
Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, my wife loves that. The end of the pasuk is shocking. Washatam shel zeh ki lo yada manoach. En lo keshet kelal imirosh pasuk. The beginning of the pasuk says v'taaseh lefanecha gedei izim. Make gedei izim and give it as olah. But the pasuk ends by saying because Manoach didn't know that he was malach. Gedei izim is gedei izim. Gedi, sorry, I'm from Brooklyn and I'm not. My Hebrew's not great, so be nice about it.
No, you just guessed here from Brooklyn.
Thanks a lot. Well, we're starting early with the jabs, huh? I'm here for another couple of days. Huh?
Come back.
Jerry likes those. So now again, why does the pasuk end? Let's just recap before we finish here. We asked why does Manoach pray and Hashem sends the malach to Eshet Manoach and not to Manoach himself. We explained that Hashem did not want Manoach to know he was a malach. He wanted him to know that he's a navi. Why did he want him to know he's a navi? Because he wants him to offer Hachnasat Orchim. Why Hachnasat Orchim? Because Hachnasat Orchim is a segula for a child. First thing. Second thing we said is also that if he knows he's a malach, he cannot give a korban in his presence. Because if you give a korban in the presence of a malach, it's as if you're giving a korban to the malach, and that's like avodah zarah, and no good. To korban to Hashem. To thank you. When a malach comes to you, or a navi comes to you with good news, they couldn't have a kid. They're going to have a child. And not only they're going to have a child, they're going to have a Nazir who's going to save Bnei Israel. Because once Shimshon did what he did, the Pelishtim didn't bother Bnei Israel for 25 years. For 25 years.
We need that again.
We need another one.
Yes, we do. We need one a lot longer than 25 years, my friend. And then we explained that that's the same reason why you can't have a mizbeach next to a body of water, because it's showing as like if you're shechting, or if you're giving a korban to the side of the water.
Hold it. You just about kasha. You just said he said the malach just told him to offer an olah. You just said he can't offer it in front of him.
If he knew he was a malach, he didn't know he was a malach yet. The same pasuk actually says, give the korban. That's what he says. Prepare gidei ezim. Okay, because ki lo yada manoach shu malach Elohim. The pasuk says that this navi, quote unquote, tells Manoach, go make a korban, and the pasuk ends by saying the words that Manoach didn't know that he was a malach. So why does it say that? What does that have to do with anything? It doesn't make sense. So before I answer the question, I'm reviewing. And I'm explaining that Manoach had to tell him that what do we say? He said he wants to give the korban. The malach tells him, don't do hachnasat orchim, do the real thing. We'll start from there. Do the real thing.
Something just quickly. It says Yargish. He felt that he was a malach, meaning it wasn't a Indian of Judea. It was a feeling.
Right. Okay. That's good. It's true. That's true.
There's definitely more to that.
Well, look, if you meet somebody holy, by the way, I'll give you a perfect example. I spent one time 10 hours picking my rabbi up from Jerusalem, driving to David Abu Hatzera in Nahariya, waiting 2 hours online, seeing him for maybe 20 seconds if I'm lucky, no exaggeration. And that's with knowing people. Drive the rabbi back to Jerusalem, then drive back to Efrat. I get home, I plop on my bed, I'm like, I'm dead.
20 seconds?
Literally, if I'm lucky. And from here to Jerusalem to Nahariya, it's all the way north. Then drove back to drop my rabbi off in Jerusalem, then came back here. Okay?
It's Reb David Cohen.
Reb David Abu Hatzera. No, Rabbi Isaac Cohen. My rabbi. Rabbi Isaac
Reb Daniel Cohen.
No, it's different. Reb David is in Jerusalem. Isaac Cohen from Brooklyn. Yeah. So now my daughter asked me, how was it? So my eyes are closed, I'm like this, and I smile. And I go, you want to know how the Torah is emet? Because you can spend 10 hours in a car to see somebody for 20 seconds and be satiated and happy, and you do it again. Because if that happened to anybody and met some Joe Schmo, you would never feel that way and you would never leave. But the fact that you saw it 20 seconds, so he's saying that he felt that it was a malach, it makes sense. Because the Kedusha you feel.
Kedusha,
you know
true.
the real McCoy when you see the real McCoy.
Yeah, you feel it. I mean, my father, the spitz of the entertainment world. Like he went to Sadiqim, he spoke about David Bowie and Bruce Springsteen. That's who he was busy with. Yeah, and then Sadiqim touched him, and he said, "Oh, he felt kedusha, he felt holiness," and it overwhelmed him. Where did he run? He ran away from the shul to a bar. He couldn't take it, but it affected him.
Well, he had to come back down.
Yeah, he couldn't. It was overwhelming, but it changed his life.
You were at Stipler?
Should be well.
Asian brought H guys in, and it was very quick, as you said, he felt like in the presence of the time.
I spoke to the Pittsburgh Rebbe for the first time in my life on the phone. On the phone. Okay, Dove. Yeah, thanks. And the next day, you ready for this? I was walking in Manhattan on 33rd Street like this. Like, you know, the Hafetz Chaim picture? You saw that? I legit. And I called myself, like, what am I doing? But because you just, the whole, I'm not joking. I'm not even exaggerating. The Kedusha it just transfers. When you see somebody, it makes the transfer. So when you see a malach, that you... Which Rebbe? Lubavitcher Rebbe? No, I never met him. No, he passed when I was younger. I was young. I go there all the time. Love the oil. Very special place. So
where's 7-7?
7-7.
No, not 7-7.
The oil.
The oil is special. So okay, so now we ending off by saying, so then why this? So listen up. The Midrash explains that Elisha is kadosh, right? And the Midrash over there explains that anybody that's me'areach a tamid acham and feeds him and gives him drink, it's as if he gave a korban a tamid. So the malach by Manoach is telling him, if you want me to eat in order so you could fulfill the mitzvah of Haknasat Dochim to the Tamid Acham, so be considered as if you give a korban, just give the korban. Just give the korban now, let's do it, give the korban, and that's what Manoach does it.
We're saying offering a drink and it's as if he did korban.
If he eats and if you feed a Tamid Acham in your house, it's as if you gave a korban a Tamid. Okay, so now Manoach wants this opportunity, and he tells him, but the Malach tells him, don't worry, I'm not eating your food, but if you want to do a korban, do a korban. Because why are you offering me?
That's exactly evidence that he's a malach.
Yeah.
That's evidence he's a malach.
No, Tamid Hacham. The Midrash says if you feed a Tamid Hacham in your house, it's as if you gave a korban a Tamid.
What he's saying is that the words of what the malach is hinting to him saying is, I am a malach.
I am a malach.
Without saying it.
Okay, well, soon you're going to see that look, if you read the Pesukim, when he gives the korban, the malach jumps in the fire and goes straight up to Shamayim. Right. And that's when the jig's up, and that's when they knew that he's a real malach. So, I knew it, I didn't know it. but the whole time, he wanted...
Isn't that really the hint?
That's not a hint. That's the game over. That it's known that it's.
No, that he says, I don't want to eat your food.
No, I'm not eating your food.
Bring me a korban.
Bring me a korban. No, don't bring me a korban. Bring Hashem a korban. Look, Adam and Rishon did the same thing with Shabbat. Mizmor Shir Leyom HaShabbat. Who wrote that? Adam and Rishon. Why? Because when it turned dark. No, David HaMelech did not write that. No,
he brought it down. David HaMelech was like the kli to Megalim.
Yeah, but who composed it? Who composed it?
Was David,
right, was
but it
Adam
also said to Philel Moshe, all the 11 Tehillim from until Kefalef was Moshe Rabbeinu. So somehow Moshe was Megalim also the Tehillim.
Well, it could be passed down and all. But the point is that Adam and Rishon wanted to sing a song to Yom HaShabbat because Motzei Shabbat, that's when the fire came. We thought the world was coming to an end. Okay, and then he realized how to make fire, and he what's you understand? So he thanked Hashem, he wanted to thank Shabbat, but Shabbat the Malach of Shabbat says don't thank me, thank Hashem. So it starts by saying Mizmor Shir LeYom HaShabbat, then Tov LeHodot LaDonai U'Shimcha Elyon. The second. So the first pasuk is talking about Yom HaShabbat, but the second pasuk he tells him. He goes, no, do it to Hashem, don't do it to me. And then Tov L'Hodol Hashem. So same thing over here. So the last question is why doesn't he thank? Why does it say lo yochal lachmecha? Right? Lo ochal belachmecha. The word belachmecha is extra because it makes it sound like saying I won't eat your bread, but I'll eat someone else's bread. Maybe I'll eat my bread, but I ain't eating your bread. Why does it say lo ochal belachmecha? I will not eat your bread. But by the way, and even more, the malach doesn't eat at all. He should have said lo ochel lechem. He says no, I don't eat.
But your.
Why does it say your bread? What's the your bread about? Mishum hachi ba pasuk sofa pasuk. They give the reason ki lo yada manoach. ולכן המלאך עמד בלחמך כדי שלא ירגישו מלאך. He kept it up. He said, why? I don't eat your bread because he wanted to make sense. No, I do eat bread, but I'm not going to eat your bread. Specifically yours. Why? Because I want you to think that I'm a Navi, I'm not a malach.
Basically, he's saying that the malach was trying to give him as many opportunities to perform mitzvot that would give him the zchut to have the child.
To give
him the zchut to have
right,
the child.
Manoah cannot know that he is a malach.
No, but the whole point is that he gives him the point of avachanasat rochin, the point of the opportunity for the korban, and he gives him opportunities to do the mitzvot, which then give him a chance to have Shimshon.
Right.
Because otherwise, why would he keep on, keeping the act up?
Right. Okay. Let's go now.
Wow, we didn't even have to be master.
I'm sorry. Should we talk about being a Nazir, or should we talk about? All right. You know what? Let's talk. Who's a Kohen over here? Yeah. Anyone else?
Oh, you're like surprised.
No, I know you're Kohen because every time I walk in by Musaf, they're doing Bikat Kohanim and you're walking out. So I know. All right. So go to. I'm going to give you a little hint, a little bit of what I'm going to do on Shabbat.
Oh, yeah.
Go to Tet. Oh, I love this one.
You're going to eat the chillum, Charles?
No, thank you. I don't eat yalachmecha.
Yosef, it's for you. He's not happy.
Right. There's a Gemara Baba Batra. By the way, I'm sorry it's slim pickings. All right,
it's good. It's very good. Perfect.
That's all right. We usually have the thing full. Yeah, prohibition pickle.
Kiddush we're going to have. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
By the way, I've got a message from Shirat David, special. They never post about like a whole week's about Zera Shimshon other than just this one. This week Zera Shimshon will be a special farewell shir in honor and appreciation of the Sakkal's dedication to the community in general and to Zera Shimshon shir in particular.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
And that's on the special Shirat David.
I don't like these things. I'll tell you why. Too late.
It's already gone live.
When you do something, you should do it l'shem shamayim.
You did. Just
I
now
know,
people are
so
remembering
I don't. Okay,
After
so
the
remember
fact.
the Torah.
Okay.
Don't remember me.
That's
Remember the
what
Torah.
did they say? Particularly the Zera Shimshon. They didn't say that you
Good.
gave us
Very
children,
nice.
Kugel,
Very
and
nice.
la la la.
Okay, good. I like that.
The Zera Shimshon.
Okay, you have a Gemara Baba Batra, an awesome Gemara. Maybe we start this. Hello. Use the word kiss, which is not such a nice way. We don't use these. We'll say meat or something, but right. So we said also. Do you want to come? I'll show you where Balak was buried. Balak, where the thing opened, and he put his ear. He saw smoke, and he heard them screaming that Moshe is emet, Torato emet. Korah. Sorry. What did I say?
Korah.
Oh, sorry, Korah.
They wish they had that.
Right. So he tells him, "Do you want to come see where the sky and the earth kiss?" So Azali v'Hazai David, I go and he takes me. What do I see? I see exactly where the sky and the earth kiss, and I see many windows. Okay, kaveh. He said, I had a basket of bread, and I put it down on one of the windowsills.
Is this a what is this?
This is an example. All these are metaphors. These are, look, the Gemara, all Agadah in the Gemara is very, very deep. But you can't write down the deep stuff on paper because it's called secrets for a reason. If it be written in English and all the other languages and it's all easy to understand, it's not much of a secret. Zohar stories. Read the Zohar, it's all stories. Zohar, I understand what you're saying. Yes, the secrets are hidden, are dug inside the
But just
stories.
reading it doesn't mean you understand it.
You don't need to understand it. Your neshama understands it.
That's it.
Your neshama understands it.
It's not stories.
Read Don't worry. When you get older, you. Okay, great.
What's Esses Spirot? Is there a
Different. Okay, I understand. But the majority of the Rabbi Haya, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi Hana walking in the Rabbi Haya walking in the desert. They see two guys walking. One guy gives tzedakah, the food to a guy who needs food. The other guy says, "Why are you giving? You're gonna die. You're gonna die from hunger." And it's all these stories. Everything's stories. But the secrets and the sword are inside the stories. They're not on paper. The secrets are passed down. So these 12 things, which you're going to see now, okay, are all secrets. But you got to know them. You got to learn them. They're passed down. It's not meant for the general public. So the ones that are worthy of knowing are worthy of knowing. So now look, he puts his basket on the windowsill. Okay, and now he goes to pray, and he turns around and he sees that his basket's not there anymore. So he turns to the taya'a, and the merchant, and he tells him, "What? You got ganavim over here too? Well, where the sun, where the earth and the sky meet, there's a bunch of, in Arabic, hashos. You got a bunch of thieves here also." So he goes, "No, what does he say? Galgala dirkiyahu dehadad." He says it's revolving. It revolves. Come back here the same time, same place, same time tomorrow, and you'll find your basket. That's what the story that he says he saw this Arab. It's crazy, right? Yeah. So cool. So what does he do? He says this dugma, this example, this metaphor, is to understand Birkat Kohanim. This week's parasha is Birkat Kohanim. The Shulchan Aruch. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Shulchan Aruch says, when the Kohanim mevarech et ha'am, right, they have to have in mind, Eli, you have to have in mind to make 5 spaces. You put your hands together, windows. You make 5 spaces. Don't do it unless you're Kohen. So you have, here's the first one. You don't do it. You want to do like scissors, you can do scissors, right? This will be the second one. Then when the thumbs are like this, that's the third one. Then another set of scissors on this hand. And then this side here also. That's 5. I said don't do it. Doesn't mean do it.
No, I'm just trying to understand it.
So if you guys got it, it's 1 here.
Gaps.
It's 1 here. In between the gap is 2. Then the giant gap of the fingers like this is the third. Then the same thing on this side. You have another gap, and then you have a gap over here. 5 windows. All right. This Shulchan Aruch says you have to have 5 spaces. Right? Ben shtei etzbaot l'shtei etzbaot avir echad, like we just said. Ben etzba legudal, begudal legudal. All right, uporsim kapehem, and you put your hands out in order that you have the inside of your hand facing the ground. That's Shulchan Aruch. The palm has got to face the ground, and this got to face up. Hold on.
Parallel.
Huh? Parallel, yeah, it's got to face the ground. The ahoreh yedehem keneged hashamayim, and the top of your hand got to face up. Okay? This is Shulchan Aruch. And now he ties it to Shar Kavanot. Shar Kavanot says, Kisod Birkat Kohanim hu gadol veram. The secret of Birkat Kohanim is huge. Shebishpilo, because in the merit of Birkat Kohanim, Tishrei HaShekhinah Yisrael, the Shekhinah resides itself on Bnei Yisrael because of Birkat Kohanim. Because it says, V'samu et shemi al Bnei Yisrael v'ani abarechem. You put my name, the Kohanim are the conduits, okay, of the what do you want to call them? The channel, or the juncture, okay, of where the Shamayim and where the Aretz meets, and that's where they kiss. That's the first part of Dugma. You have to do it this way. You can't do it this way.
Physically, you can't even do it.
Well, yeah, right, because your thumb's you gotta go like this. Right, you're right, it's true. Right, very good. So remember, we're saying this very weird dugma, Eli, is based on Shulchan Aruch, okay? How many guys are on their phones?
No, just I have to go take my son. He's not feeling well.
I was just joking. All right, you can stay on your phone. Don't leave.
Find me live so I can find.
It's okay.
When are you going until?
What?
Until what time are you going?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Depends. Yeah,
To watch online.
I'll come back tomorrow.
Okay, if I'm on live, I'm still going. So that's the first part of it. Okay, so this is what the Arizal says, because of Birkat Kohanim, that's how the Shekhinah resides on Bnei Yisrael. Okay?
Like 4 times in broken.
4 times in Brooklyn?
In a year.
Sfaradim, we do it every day.
Really?
Every day.
Brooklyn?
I never knew that Ashkenazim didn't do it until I was by Rabbi Reisman Shul in Brooklyn and until I saw it in Shulchan Aruch. You Ashkenazim in America, you said Birkat Kohanim how many times?
3 times a year. 4 times a year.
4 times a year. Yom Tov. That's it.
Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur.
But we do it on we do it every day. Every day we do
4
it.
times in Yom Kippur.
Sunday through Saturday. No, even in America. Sfaradim did it.
No,
We did it all the time. Always did it.
Yeah, Ashkenazim, they don't do it both, I don't think. I'm pretty
So okay. Thank God you're here and thank God you do it. What am I going to tell you? Now, what's the next part? So I saw these windows. What's up with the windows? Kilomar halonot. Right? Kaveh is like indentations, we can call it. And what are they? They're halonot. Like the Midrash says on the pasuk, Ko tevarechu. HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, even though I told you, Kohanim, to give the beracha to Bnei Israel, I myself am going to go on them and I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to ask you to do it, but at the end of the day, I'm going to do it myself. Right. V'ani omed u'mvarech etchem. Lefichach haKohanim porsim kapehem. Why they have to put their hands out? Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu is standing behind them. Like it says in Zera Shimshon, mashgiach min halonot. Umekitz min right, harakim. Very good. Right? Mashgiach. What does mashgiach mean? He's overseeing, observing. Min halonot. Right? He's observing from through the windows. Miben kitfotehem shel haKohanim. That they're what's the halonot? Are the hands of the Kohanim. Metzitz min harakim.
would be shoulders.
What?
Katef is a shoulder. It's like
Right. Very good. It's all right. It's on over their shoulders. Metzitz min harakim.
so that's through the cracks of the hand.
That's through the cracks of the hand.
Nooks and crannies.
Nooks and crannies. Very good. And what you have hey harakim. 5 nooks and crannies. Which are the what? The 5 things that you have in your hands. Right? And od and more it says, Mr. Bloomberg, Ta'om Elahem. Right? Maleva, I love you. Amod lahem, why it's maleh. What does maleh mean? It has the vav. It doesn't need to have the vav. But the vav is there on purpose. Why? Take the vav that's in the word emor lahem, and put it inside the ko tevarech with bnei Yisrael, and you have kava, which is lashon halon. So another thing to show you that Hashem is going, that's why in the Shulchan Aruch it says you have to look at the windows before Birkat Kohanim to remind you that the Shekhinah is coming through the window and he's going to go through the avirim of the Kohanim in order to give the beracha to all Bnei Israel.
Wow.
Okay, now what's the next thing? He puts his basket down. Remember? And then it goes away. What's this basket? So the basket is, I went to pray for all sorche mezonotai. Well, Birkat Kohanim is a very important part. It's a very important part. It's very important to pray for Parnasah. Parnasah is when you pray during Birkat Kohanim. Right? Kelomar hitpalalti lifnei Hashem al mezonotai. Kemo atefilot meyuhadot le'et ratzon hazeh. If you look at the Sidur, you'll see it. If you look at the Sidur, you'll see it. Ve'ikah zo atefila hi be'et shemesayemim haKohanim sim shalom. Umiyat shesiyamti tefilati. Right. So now, what's the remember? He put his basket down. He prayed for his mezonot. Turns around, the basket's gone. What's going on? He got steelers here? No, come back, same place, same time tomorrow. Why? Because once it's done, Birkat Kohanim's done. The Shekhinah's out. The Shekhinah's out. So he turned to see the basket to see if it's still on the halon to see how much longer does the Shekhinah stay. And the answer is he doesn't. She doesn't. She leaves. And that's why it says, right, that in the Midrash it says, in Zera Shimshon, Domeh Dodi Lizvi. Right? Domeh Dodi, my beloved one is resembled to a svi, to a deer. Why? Because just like a deer hops, so does the Shekhinah hop from one Beit Knesset to another, one minyan to another, in order to do Birkat Kohanim, in order to be on all Bnei Israel. So if you want the Shekhinah to come again, there's not this Ganavim here. Come back, same place, same time tomorrow, and you can ask me, you'll find your basket again. And that, it's amazing. Okay, now let's talk about the Ganavim again. Shema yesh kan avos. And what does that mean? Maybe is there Ganavim? He turns around, he doesn't see the basket. He's assuming maybe I have sins. I have sins that cause the Shekhinah to leave. V'yika ganaveh hacha. Shema yesh kan avonot shegormim siluk ha-Shekhinah. Maybe there's some sins that I did that are causing the Shekhinah to leave. And what does the Tayyah say? La. It's not true. That's not why. It's It's not because of your sins. It's because Galgala Derekiyahu, that because the world it's around. Kach darko tamid liyot doleg vekofetz. And he come back tomorrow, he tells him, because it'll be at the same place, same time. That the Kohanim are going to make the same beracha, and when they make the same beracha, Birkat Kohanim, you'll find the Shekinah there, and you'll find the basket there again. Shelefi adin, HaKohanim hayad lahem lisad kapehem, b'tfilat shaharit shel kol hayom. Oh, so that's what he's saying, that really, the Kohanim are supposed to do Birkat Kohanim every day, but because, vitam kalush nitbatela zot mitzvah, because you have to do it be'ahava. The beracha says you have to do it be'ahava. And what in Ashkenaz, there wasn't a lot of love going around because of the pogroms and all this crazy stuff that was happening. No, amen. That's why. So they were never happy. It was hard.
Good limits first.
So they couldn't do Birkat Kohanim. So Baruch Hashem now, in the Zechut Zera Shimshon, we should be happy every day. Amen. And we should be happy with our spouses and our children, okay, and our businesses. Right? And we should all be learning together. And we should have sufficient parnasa until Mashiach comes. Amen. Amen.